How's everybody doing? NBA is fixed. You didn't know, you know now. So, all right, let's look at the series. Let's look at the only series left. For one, how many of y'all expected Damian Lillard to get swept? Y'all didn't expect that. I thought they were at least going to get one game in, but they didn't even get one game in. They didn't get one. They didn't get one. They didn't need Steph Curry to hit 30 points each game. Well, I guess they did, because that last one they won by 2. So that happened. So who's got their money on the Bucks and who's got their money on the on the freaking Raptors? You know what I'm saying? I got the Bucks pulling it out, and I got the Bucks winning in the East, but I got them losing the whole thing to, of course, Steph Curry, who is just on fire right now. And please, somebody tell me what happened to KD? What happened to that dude? What happened to KD? They want people to put right. They want people to put the money on the Bucks because K is out. Because, right. Yeah, it's all a farce. See, the Bucks could have just went ahead and smashed the Raptors. But you have all that empty space. This series is basically over to me. It was over before it started, if you ask me. But they have all that empty space. And look at how much they just lost by. It was like 10 points. Let me pull up the NBA. They just lost by like 10 points or something like that, didn't they? Yeah. 120 to 102? No. No. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. You lost by 18? No. No. Look how lopsided that is. The game before that, they lose by 6. The game before that, they win by 1. Or, excuse me, they win by 11. And before that, they beat them by, let's see, it was 103 to 25. I mean, they cleaned their clock. There's just no. It's just so. The NBA is such a show. It's such a corny show. It's like, come on, man. You're not going to beat a team by 23 points. Next game, you beat them by, you get by them by 11. And then the game after that, you lose to them by 6. And then the next game, you lose to them by 18? Nah, bro. That's like a whole man out. 18 points is a man. That's a whole man not playing. That's 18 points. That's somebody removed. That's like removing KD. That's removing somebody who averages 10 to 15 points. No. I'm not having that. They told them to slow down. There's like, make the series last. I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't tell the Warriors that. I'm surprised the Warriors didn't let them have that last one just to get into game 5. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's going on, man? What's going on, Vic? Like, why did they let the? Yeah, man, what it do? I'm surprised they let the Warriors just run them off the. They just ran off the court. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did they let Steph go so hard? You know what I'm saying? Like now, why let your dude go so hard? It just, I don't know. Just ate some banging chicken. Hey, that's cool, man. I got some spaghetti right here. Some spaghetti. I just made it. Brother had to do something. I ain't been feeling well. Now spaghetti get your energy back. Ain't got no meat in it. Been practicing my guitar, sitting up here with the sniffles all day for the last 3 days. Shoot, went outside and got hit with it. Yeah, yeah. I'm enjoying it, man. Heck yeah. I cook it when I need a lot of energy. Especially, when you're sick, you don't want to eat. So you need something to help fight that. You gotta get that energy back. You know what I'm saying? So you can go back to the gym or to the pool and get your workouts in. I can't be skipping too many workouts. I'm trying to get this body together. You know what I'm saying? I'm practicing my guitar because I got lessons. I actually teach lessons. What I drink? Good beer. I get my. Okay. I don't drink beer. I don't drink, man. But yeah. So Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard couldn't hit that last shot, could he? That last shot. 2 points, Damian. Going to OT. He couldn't do it. He couldn't make it happen again. Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch couldn't make it happen. So that was a fail. But yeah, they swept him. You know what I'm saying? They losing money with Golden State, man. Golden State be sweeping people too much. They need to tell them to chill, slow down. Yeah, they need to chill. They need to tell them slow down. They losing that money. But Steph is like, screw that. I'm going home to my wife and kids, bro. She talking about she need more attention. Shoot, I'm done. Whack, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm going home. My wife needs more attention. I'm sweeping you guys. I'm getting paid anyway I go. That's the power of Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Aisha needs more attention. Boom, I'm sweeping you. You know what I'm saying? I found out that JP Morgan endorsed Curry. Huh. JP Morgan endorses Curry? Is endorsing Curry, bro. Huh. Bro, the people, it just don't. What up, Kev? What up with you, bro? It don't surprise me the people who endorse these people. It don't. None of that throws me, man, because everybody's trying to squeeze the money out of the proletariat, man. Everybody's trying to get money out of us, so it don't shock me at all. J.P. Morgan, they've been crooked anyway. You know what I'm saying? They've been on theirs. But them Lakers sucked. Yeah. Soap opera stuff, yeah, all day. So they finna give it to Curry now. Plan B, Tone. Well, yeah. What up with you? Jam gang. Yeah, but Curry been a puppet. That's why they told his wife to shut up. Trapped her ass on the bus with the rest of her family and let her know what it was. Told her to shut her mouth. Yeah, I believe you. Braun, you can't. He couldn't do it alone though. Regardless, Braun wasn't. Yeah, actors and Braun wasn't going to do it alone though. He's got a raggedy team. He left Cleveland just to be on Cleveland. Rodney Hood, Rodney Hood left Cleveland too, didn't he? Shoot, Rodney Hood he's on a good team right now. They did better. They did way better than L.A. Rodney's like, yeah, look at us now, Braun. It's Rodney Hood, averaging 10 points a game. Braun was supposed to. Oh, oh wow, yeah. Sports are not rigged, man. You win, you lose. Sports are not rigged. Uh, and there is no script for sports. Braun didn't want to sell out all the way. Well, let me let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. Can't read your name. I can't read your name. CH. Let me say this to you. If you believe sports are not rigged, by all means, good sir, go ahead and enjoy them. Um, that's you know that's cool. You don't see it like some of my other subscribers see it, and you're entitled to your own opinion. However, when someone who doesn't watch the games starts picking the champ, hey, what's going on, Tammy? How you doing? How are you doing today? I'm doing a little better than yesterday. I wasn't feeling good yesterday, but I was doing a little better. I'm still a little under the weather. But you don't think sports are rigged. There's a lot of people on here who believe sports are rigged, and you know when you can pretty much guess the championships by the weather, you know what I'm saying? Texas has a hurricane. Next thing you know, Justin Verlander. Next thing you know, Detroit has a fire sale. You know, hurricane, boom. Detroit has a fire sale, boom. They don't go to the playoff. Justin Verlander goes to the Astros. The Astros win the pennant. It's like clockwork. It's like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. Just like that. All right, Tammy. Thanks for stopping by. They rig the numbers and sway the. Yeah. But you're entitled to your opinion. Every year I make a couple dollars, and I do mean a couple. I don't make a lot. 20, 30, bucks off of people who don't believe it's fixed, and then they bet me, and then I win because I can pretty much tell who's gonna win. Every now and then I lose. Every now and then, because I be trying to have hope for a certain team, but most of the time I get it right, and I do basketball and football and a little bit of baseball. I don't watch any of the sports, but especially when people start saying, okay, what do you think about women's basketball? I got that wrong last year. I don't follow women's, but I haven't watched a game of women's basketball probably 5, 6, 7. Shoot, probably longer than that. Yeah, it's just boring to me. Big ups to the ladies, but it's. Yeah. But when people ask me to predict something, clock is right twice a day. Well, each year I get a team right, just about. I either get one or the other. Sometimes I get both. Heck, I guessed who was going to be in the Super Bowl in October. If you don't believe me, look at my videos. I posted a video of who was going to be in the Super Bowl, and I told you who was going to win. And I based that off of baseball. I saw who was going to the pennant or who was in the World Series, and I was like, wait a minute. If the Dodgers win, then LA is going to win the Super Bowl. But if the Dodgers lose, LA is going to lose. What happened? Dodgers lost, LA lost. I was just that. But they went. And you know why? Because they're creating a city of champions. And if you don't understand that, you need to go all the way back to the 80s and look at what Pittsburgh did. Right, to keep you asleep. Okay, yeah. But the whole world says and knows that the Warriors gonna win. How's it that rigged? Oh, okay. Well, if you noticed on my videos, when I say the Warriors are gonna win, I say the Warriors are gonna win. Who cares? Because the whole world knows. You got to look at some of my videos. The title is sarcasm. I'm not saying this to say that I knew something nobody else knew. I knew who was going to be in the Super Bowl this year. Nobody else tagged it. You know what I'm saying? But when I made that video, I was saying when I made these videos this year, I'm being very, very sarcastic, and I'm like, it's just too obvious, So it's my disappointment. That's what you see in the title. That's not me saying that I figured something out that nobody else knows. It's just disappointing. Heck, I hope they lose. I don't really care any way it goes, but I've been wrong before. I did the same thing with the Pats, and then the Eagles beat them. And you know what? We still realize it's fixed. And we still realize it's fixed. One more question: if the NBA if the NBA is rigged, as you say, do you think that the NBA will help LeBron? Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, he was reading it. He was taking it. But that's what a live chat's for, so you can explain away some things. You know what I mean? But absolutely, absolutely. Look, look, look. See, now you're starting to get it. Now you're starting to be like, okay, it makes sense what you're saying. It was sarcasm. Everybody knows they're gonna win, and how boring is that? So now going back to what I said about the City of Champions and what Pittsburgh did. One time, Pittsburgh was a City of Champions. The Penguins won. The Steelers won, and the Pirates won. Right. And the Pirates won, and they called it the City of Champions, right? Now, who has a chance of doing that now? Right. Who has a chance of doing that now? We know that the Rams aren't going to win this year. However, Jared Goff, however, do the Rams have the chance of going back to the Super Bowl and winning? Absolutely. If they can keep Todd Gurley healthy and keep their drafts, good, keep men in there fresh, you know what I'm saying? They have the recipe to win simply because the Pats have won so much that they win, then they got to take a break. Then they win, then they got to take a break. So you're looking at the Pats not going to the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, you're looking at the Pats not going to the Super Bowl this year. So somebody else has to fill those shoes. Now, it's not going to be Jared Goff and the Rams. It's going to probably be the Saints. You're probably looking at the Saints going to the Super Bowl and winning, and then retiring their quarterback. So that's a high possibility. You're not looking at Pittsburgh and them going. So let me round this all off for you. But after that, you're looking at maybe the Pats winning the year after, and then the Pats sitting down, right? Why do you even watch these? I don't watch the sports. Don't be confused. Why are we watching these games? So the NBA people can earn millions. I don't watch the games. I say this over and over and over and over. I don't watch the game. You know how I got into the NBA is fixed? My neighbor. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna finish my point about the City of Champions. Okay, so the City of Champions. So yeah, last chance for Saints, right? So you're gonna have. Okay, so look at what's going on with the Steelers. The Steelers got rid of Antonio Brown, arguably the best receiver that there was. Could have took him back to the Super Bowl. Got rid of him, right? They still got Juju Smith-Schuster, but nonetheless, they got rid of Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying? Gave Ben more money. Okay, whatever. They got rid of Bell. Gone. That leaves way for the Patriots to pretty much stay where they're at. But the Patriots aren't going to win the Super Bowl next year. They're not. The Saints are probably going to win the Super Bowl next year. And in the other division, you might have Kansas City, but Tyreek Hill is in trouble. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No Brown or Bell. So that's out. So Tariq Hill, he just got into trouble, right? He was their moneymaker for Kansas City. So I don't know. That just that right there, that right there, right, that right there leaves a clear lane for the Saints to just come in and do their thing. You know what I'm saying? It leaves a clear lane for them to come in and do their thing. All right, so anyways, so then you have LA, right? The Rams. They're still in contention. They're gonna go to the Super Bowl. They're gonna win probably within the next 3 years, right? Okay, bada boom. In the next 2 to 3 years, what else are we expecting to happen in LA? It's gonna all fall together. It's gonna all happen in 1 year. What else are we expecting? It's not gonna happen this year for the Rams. It might happen next year. And what else might happen next year? Yeah. Just Just look at it. Just look at what happened last year in the Super Bowl. Look at what happened, how they got to the Super Bowl. Look how the Rams got to the Super Bowl. Look what happened to the Saints. Just look at it. The Rams didn't belong there. They didn't belong there. A bad call. The call was so bad that they almost had a replay of that game. Not only that, they changed the rules because of that play. Heavy criticism. But just look at the NFL and tell me, what team do you think is going to go to the Super Bowl? And it will be so obvious that the Saints are going to go to the Super Bowl. Right. Todd Gurley is going to be hurt in the 7th game next year. 7th game, Todd Gurley is going to be hurt. $48 million, boom, hurt. He's out for the season. Once he's done, it's it. But you know what's going to happen? You don't... Well, write it down, brother. I don't know. You got the Browns to win it all. Well, you can forget that. Browns are not going to win it all. You know why the Browns aren't going to win it all? You got two things holding up the Browns. You got Pittsburgh, even though they have a better chance against Pittsburgh now. And who else do you have in that division? You got 3 teams in that division. The Browns have a hard time getting by. And they're in the way. One is Pittsburgh. The other one, the Patriots. Yeah, they're small market. The other one is the Patriots. And the other one, which is their nemesis, the Ravens. Browns couldn't get past the Ravens. If anything, you're looking at the Ravens taking the division. Yeah, I said that, so you have a better chance. But the Ravens aren't going to go to the Super Bowl. So you have a clear shot. Kansas City had a clear shot. They had a clear shot. But nonetheless, like I said, within the next year, so within 2 seasons, you're looking at Todd Gurley winning a Super Bowl. Browns would need an overhaul and still wouldn't win. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So in 2 years, I got the Rams winning the Super Bowl. Nah, Gronkowski's numbers were going down. Gronkowski did right to retire. He did right. He did right. He's still a target, but they weren't using him that much. Gronkowski didn't retire on his own. He was pushed out. He was helped out that door. Trust me, he was helped out. You're retiring from a team that constantly goes to the Super Bowl? Nah. You know what I'm saying? So no Patriots this year. They're going to lose. No Patriots, no Steelers. The road is much easier for the Browns. Not going to happen. Because you have the playoffs. You got the teams that usually go to the playoffs. Do I think Pittsburgh is going to go to the playoffs? First round. If they can get it together early. Yeah, the Browns, they just because the Browns got that dynamite receiver, he's a good receiver, but he's on the Browns now. You went from the Giants to the Browns. Nah, bro. Nah, it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But you guys got a half decent quarterback. Okay, you won more than 50%, right? What you win 8 games last season. You didn't do bad. You guys were in contention. If you would have beat the Ravens, bing, bada, boom, you would have been you would have been looked at. Steelers were nowhere to be found. You still had the Patriots in your way, regardless. You still had it. Just, bro, I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it. Philly, I think Philly is in the way. Was in the way too, right? It just, it just couldn't happen. Yeah, it just doesn't happen, bro. Now they got a little light, they got a little fire up under them this year. Look, I hope they make it happen. If I start to think like you guys, sports are rigged, bro. Sports are rigged mentally. Then I should think that Adam Silver should help Lakers trade for AD. Well, wait, okay. You might want to reread your statement because when you say if you should start to think like this and then go right to the head of basketball and say he should help a team trade for a star player, you're already thinking like us. Bro, that's thinking like us. That's not if you should think like us. That's thinking like us. That's what we do. We look at the possibility of placement. Who can be where and how can they keep the. Yeah, we look at how to keep the machine going, how to keep the money machine, the attention machine, the whole menagerie. Yeah, you're starting to think like us, but here's what you do. This is what you do, bro. Don't look at it as, oh no, I'm thinking like you guys. Right? Just do this. Do yourself a favor, because do yourself a favor. Like when you go to church and you hear something and you twist your lips like Jesus, built an airplane. Like, come on, man, Jesus never built an airplane. And then they bring up some scripture, Jesus could fly, about, or some old crazy stuff. Then what do? You know what you do? You study the scripture. The Pelicans own, but the thing would be the Pelicans owner be out onto this. What, what in, what in it for him? Looking at this franchise player, I don't understand the question. Well, like do like this, bro. Write it down. Toronto, Golden State and Toronto, not gonna happen. Ward, what up? Hey, hey Ward. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Ward. It don't matter. It don't matter if it's Golden State. It don't matter if it's the Bucks. Or I mean, it don't matter if it's Golden State against the Bucks or if it's Golden State against my grandma. It's gonna be the same result. Although I might give a little edge to my grandma. All the predictions since second round of the playoff have been correct. All your predictions? Okay, well, yeah, there you go. Look at you coming in with the prediction game. Yeah, I mean, I've been right. The only thing I wasn't right about was I thought the Celtics would be going up against Golden State, but once they dropped off, you know, it's just been pretty clear. It's like a one-shot deal. But anyways, back to the Golden State sacrifice KD. Right, right. Yeah, she got Wicked J. Big ups to grandma. But back to the City of Champions. So in 2 years, you're looking at the Rams going to the Super Bowl and winning a Super Bowl, right? You're looking at the possibility because if they keep everything the same, they could get in there, right? So let's just say that that happens. In 2 years, who else are we looking at winning a championship? It's possible. We're looking at LeBron James and the Lakers winning a championship within the next 2 years. And you know why? Because if Golden State wins this year, they're not going to let them win next year. Somebody is going to shut them down. And it's not going to be Damian Lillard. Somebody is going to shut them down. Somebody's, and I don't mean somebody as a basketball team. I mean Adam Silver. Somebody's going to be like, no. They're going to pull two people out of there. Iguodala's hurt right now. Right, it's going to be the Lakers. So if you're looking at the City of Champions, so what do you have? I mean, just look at the big picture. Look at a wide lens. Take a panoramic view at sports right now. What happened last year in baseball? Who went to the pennant last year? Who was in contention? The Dodgers. Who's to say that the Dodgers can't pull it all out? If the Dodgers win, we're talking about within the next 2 years. Yeah, real big money. We're talking about within the next 2 years, not next year, the year after. You'd be looking at the Dodgers, you'd be looking at the Rams, and you would be looking at the Lakers winning it in the same year. Who's to say that can't happen? Because all the steps are right there. Everything, look, they already made it to where everything's possible. They moved around all the pieces. Just I'm just speaking facts. Just go ahead and look last year. And look who was independent last year. It was the Dodgers. The Dodgers lost, the Rams lost. Rams go to the Super Bowl, Dodgers went to the pennant, they lost. Yeah. Bro, I'm just telling you the facts. I'm just telling you the facts. It's highly possible within the next 2 years, LA is going to have the City of Champions. It's happened before. Goose Gossage. It's happened before, bro. I'm from Pittsburgh. I was there when it happened. And it changed the city. The revenue that comes in. Yeah. Yeah, it changes everything. Uh, hold on a second, bro. Struggling to read what you're saying. Okay, let's say Adam Silver helps the Lakers trade for AD. But would the owner of the Pelicans be okay with that? To lose the franchise player for the. Wait a minute. Okay. All right, so let's talk about that. Hold on, let me read this last comment. Panthers and Patriots in it. No, not going to happen. You can forget about the Panthers for a while. So if Adam Silver, for one, Adam Silver helping to move around players is kind of what he does. That's what he does. They all make agreements on, to move players from one place to the other. But here's the thing: when that happens, it doesn't necessarily mean the NBA is even. It doesn't even everything out. We can see the lopsidedness now. It's just lopsided. And it's different from when Jordan and them were playing because most of those players stayed on the same team. They became franchise players. They did a little moving around every now and then, but most of the time it was Jordan, the Bulls. That's it. Pippen, the Bulls, till he went to the Trailblazers. Then the Worm went somewhere else, and then Jordan went. You know what I'm saying? But usually the Bulls. They're winning Bulls. There you go. You can pick a big name, Olajuwon, or whoever. When you see their face, you pick that team. You're like Supersonics. You know what I'm saying? You know who was. I think he was on the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? You know who was on what team back then. You knew up against who back then. Clyde Drexler. He was on one team before he moved to also the Portland. But nonetheless, what I'm saying is now it's different. These teams move around a lot. You know what I'm saying? They shuffle the players around a lot. And so it's not so when you're saying that is the team of the Pelicans, is the owner of the Pelicans going to be pissed? No, he's not going to be pissed. He's not going to be, pissed like what you're talking about. He's not going to be, Sterling pissed. He's going to, he's going to try to see what he's going to get out of it. See, that's what the trade is all about. They try to see what they can get out of it. So if you pull AD from the Pelicans, which, once again, you have to understand the NBA is supposed to have an even kill to it. It's supposed to have a fair, swap east-west type of thing so you can balance it out. It's supposed to, but it just doesn't always work that way. So what's working now, because that's the way it was, yesteryear, what's working now is how can we even out championships? That's the real goal. How can we even out championships? How can we keep people interested in the championships? So if moving Anthony Davis from the Pelicans to the Lakers will give the Lakers a chance at a championship, absolutely. Because like I said, look, you got to understand, they lose money. Like they lost money in the NFL last year. People just weren't coming to the games because why? The Patriots kept winning, so they're just like, okay, I'm not watching any. I'm not buying season tickets. It's just unfair. I'm not doing this. And when you look at basketball, what's happening now? Golden State consecutively, and look, Golden State just swept a good team again. Where did we see this before? Last year. Golden State sweeping teams. So when you have this type of disappointment, like these guys are just too good. They just swept Portland. Like they're just way too good. So when you have this type of disappointment, when people are going, it's just not even fair right now. And Durant wasn't even playing. It's just not even fair right now. If Durant was playing, he would have beat them by 30. So when you have this type of atmosphere out there, you're like, okay, we need to do something that's not too obvious, but obvious. You know what I'm saying? But obvious. So take it, give the Pelicans what? 3 first-round picks? Someone who's Lonzo Ball-ish? Keep him in contention? And then move him to the Lakers? And then have the Lakers contend for the West? then the Lakers win the West, who's going to say what? Who's going to be like, this is. No, they're going to be like, yeah, the Lakers again. Lakers win the West. Lakers win the whole thing. So, no, he's not going to be upset. No. It doesn't work like that anymore. It's different than it was yesteryear. Is it possible Lakers can win the West? Absolutely. Will they get Zion? Listen, Zion is his own man. Zion's his own man. Zion's like, I'm not playing for a raggedy team. I'm Johnny Football. I'm not playing for Cleveland. Y'all got me messed up. So I can get all smacked up with that weak line. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing for Cleveland. I'm Johnny Football. You play. You do it. I'm going back to Texas. You do it. I'm not doing it. Sorry, I still got a cold. So you gotta really look at it. So if AD goes to LA, there's a championship about to happen. Todd Gurley gets hurt next year. I like boat rides. Todd Gurley gets hurt next year. There's a championship about to happen. They sit Todd Gurley down and chill. Huh? I don't know what that means, Mr. Miller. Read some of y'all comments. Zion and drawing the money. Let him go then. The owners don't care about the championship. They care about the loot. I'm just saying. The gift is Zion. Todd Gurley was hurt last year. Now Todd Gurley wasn't. Rams are in the decline. They got blown by the Patriots. Yeah, but Todd Gurley was hurt last year, but Todd Gurley wasn't out last year. That's what we mean by hurt. Todd Gurley wasn't sitting down last year. Todd Gurley was playing in games that he didn't have to play in. He was playing quarters he didn't have to play. And you know that he was out when it counted. Well, I'm saying that I don't think Todd Gurley is going to make it past Game 7. That's what I'm saying. So, semantics. The NBA is fixed to bring all the old teams back. Bulls, Lakers, Knicks, Pistons, drawing the money that they will divide the talent. Those are teams. I'm going to go ahead and agree with that. Excuse my friends. Don't know if you were a brother or not. Excuse my friends. Didn't know if you were a brother or not. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Mr. Miller. He was out when it counted. So the Rams in the climb. Who cares what he did in the season? Did he win a ring? Well, my whole point is Todd Gurley and crew have the potential to win a Super Bowl. I'm not a fan of Jared Goff, but Todd Gurley makes up for Jared Goff. He's gonna be a wrestler. Yeah, Todd Gurley was making up for Jared Goff's inabilities because he was such a beast on the field. Oh no, they don't. Everyone has a potential to win. Buffalo, Miami. What? Buff. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go. No, don't just skip over that like you ain't even say it. Let's get it. Let's get down to that, Mr. Miller. So 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 wait a minute. Buffalo, who paraded around last year because they finally got into the playoffs and then got trounced in the first round. They got the potential to win a Super Bowl. No. How about Miami? Frank Gore. Okay, no. Okay, let's go even further. How about the Buccaneers? How'd they do? The Buccaneers do. What about San Francisco? How did San Francisco? How they do? No. Don't no. Don't talk about the teams that have a ring. No. We're talking about you said everyone has the potential to win a Super Bowl. We're talking about each year. So let's look at last year. Yeah, Jimmy G got hurt. That's what happens. I mean, no, everyone doesn't have the potential to be the best there is in the league for that year. Not everyone does. The Browns don't. No, only certain teams can do that. Only certain teams can do that, bro. And even though Chicago made a good run at it, I never thought Chicago was going to win a Super Bowl this year. They haven't won since Urlacher. So no, I don't think that every team has to, once they come in they have the potential. Look, it what you're saying, you're putting a you're putting a blanket statement over the whole NFL each year. Every team has the potential to win the Super Bowl. That is nowhere near the truth. They didn't win with Urlacher. Well, they weren't in. Wait a minute. I thought they won one with Urlacher. They won one with Urlacher. The Bears didn't win since. Oh, okay, well, since '85. They do have the potential. Yeah, I don't agree. Tell Miami that. Okay. Yeah, tell New York that right now because their quarterback sacks himself. I've never seen a quarterback do that before. He just saw a player and he just laid down. I never seen a quarterback do what Peyton Manning's brother is doing now. Look, once they lost Tom Coughlin, that was it. Yeah, he sacked himself. Yeah, Sanchez. Look. When's the last time the Jets? When's the last time the Jets been to the Super Bowl? Broadway Joe? Hey Manning. What did he let Manning do? He won two rings. Yeah, and he won it with Tom Coughlin. And Tom Coughlin's not there anymore. So they don't have the potential this year. Yeah, but they don't have that potential this year. That's my point. It's not who won a Super Bowl. If you don't have your ducks in a row, then you're not winning this year. Okay. You tell me who's winning the Super Bowl this year. What? Tell me who's winning the Super Bowl this year. Who you got? Dallas. Why, bro? The Dallas Cowboys are not winning this year. They're not making it out of the playoffs, and I give them maybe second round if they're maybe. You know why? Because they don't have the potential. Nope. Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott, even though Zeke is a monster, Zeke is the second best in the NFL to me. Bell, Gurley. So you'd have Gurley. To me, it would be Gurley, Bell, and then Zeke. But we think that Gurley's gonna be out. I don't know what REIT means, but if you're calling me names, I'm gonna block you. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. Yeah, Browns ain't winning. You know what the Browns are gonna do? The Browns are gonna go to the playoffs next year. This year, this season. I'd love to see the Browns in the playoffs. Go dogs. Okay. Go dogs. Let's go, Browns. Love to see the Browns in the playoffs. Yeah, go dogs. Make my day. I'd be like, yeah, okay, Browns. Cleveland. Cleveland needs some love. It's a poor city, man. It's a poor city. Yeah. What was that about Louisiana? Oh, you're in Louisiana. Oh, okay. LSU Tigers. Play some good football down there. Boys are fast. Yeah, go dogs. Jerry Jones is not racist by any means. Jerry Jones? Uh, I'm not. I'm not going there with the racism. We all have our own opinion. No, I don't. Last football game I went to was Penn State and Ohio State. I got those tickets for free, and I walked out. It was boring. And listen. When I was a teen, I got a letter to go to Penn State, but I'm gonna tell you why I didn't go because I had when I was in the eighth grade, I played against Brian Chismar, who was in the 10th grade, and we were at practice. We both played for the same team, but he was on the varsity team, and there was a lot of hype behind him, and I was like, what's all the hype, whatever. So I lined up, to block him once he comes off the line, and he was a receiver, and he hit me head on, and my whole helmet felt like a Liberty Bell. I just stood there like, oh no, I'm not. And I remembered that hit. I was like, nah, that's Concussionville. And let me tell you something. At that game that I watched the kid, defensive player, hit an offensive player, and when he hit that dude, the defensive player got paralyzed. The name is Brian Chismar. Look him up. He played for Penn State. So I did good in high school. I broke a record in high school, a defensive record. And Penn State wrote me a letter. I was like, I'm not. I already know college ball is not for me. They hit a lot harder, and they can, you can paralyze you for life. And when I saw that game and that kid got paralyzed, I was like, nah. Did I? Nah, I never went there. I never went to Penn, but I had a letter to go to Penn State, and very like you guys are tripping, and Penn State, and the thing about it is, if I would have went to Penn State, the answer would have been yes. I shook his hand, but back then we didn't know what Jerry Sandusky was doing. Well, the players probably didn't know. I don't think the players knew what Sandusky was doing. I think just the staff knew what Sandusky was doing. So here, probably did shake his hand. What did Jerry Sandusky do? Jerry Sandusky, the big story with him and the kids. He was he liked little boys, and the coach knew about it. Paterno knew about it, and he didn't tell. And of course, Paterno died, and they had statues and all that of him. And when they found out that Paterno knew about it, it's kind of like aiding and abetting. It was like you knew what Sandusky was doing, and you didn't tell anybody. So they took down all of his accomplishments, and his wife was one time, she was the queen of the Stone Age at one time, but now they're just like, they went after her, went to his house, protested his house. It was just a mess, and she's probably like, what? He's dead. Like, what do you want to do? But you gotta understand that the wife is living off of his pension, so they might have took that away from her. I don't know, but paternal Joe's dead. Yeah, so it was a terrible story, and you know it's just a terrible story. But no, I did not go to Penn State. But yes, I did get a letter to go to Penn State and to play football, but I declined. So, anyways, everybody's gone, and I am gonna go ahead and finish my spaghetti, man. It's good talking to you guys. I had fun. You guys take it easy. Sports are fixed, but if you watch it, have fun. Yeah, you guys take it easy, man.